So this is what I was saying. Channel message here, the collapse no one sees, okay? Now, a narcissist does not want you to believe them. They want you to host them for many different reasons, and I'll break that down again. Belief to them is not an agreement, it is permission. So when they were growing up, where they had some form of a negative experience, something happened to where another person was not in agreement to the belief that they originally had. So it created a lot of, we'll say, occurrences in the budding narcissistic person's life here, surrounding their anger, the impatience, the verbal abuse, etc., etc. That makes sense. Things started to grow because they exhibited those, we'll say, behavior before, and other people weren't in agreement with it. Hopefully that makes sense. So because it wasn't in agreement with whoever they experienced it with before, now they're looking, or they're seeking some form of permission from another person, meaning you guys here, to anchor to you so that way they can live out exactly how they truly feel within. But they can't do that around a lot of people, only certain people here. This is where you come in here. So again, they need permission for their inner world to live outside their body. They have a lot of dark thoughts, or um, dark perceptions in regards to how they think and feel, and the only way that they feel comfortable, or if they do get to a point of feeling comfortable to express that, is around someone they can anchor to. Hopefully that makes sense. And by them trying to anchor all of their negativity or nastiness onto another person here, they won't feel responsible for what they're actually doing, or they feel like they won't or don't need to hold themselves accountable for what they have done or what they're doing. I hope that makes sense. So they outsourced their psyche because they wanted to play out whatever they got going on in their mind, or however they perceive life from their point of view here. They start to outsource their psyche to other people here, so that way people can actually like replay or live out what's going on in their head. So for instance, they want to see somebody yell, or they want to see somebody lash out, or they're going to try to what's the word, try to antagonize you into a disagreement or argument here to kind of see if it's going to work. And if it works, well, then now you just more so validated the distortion, even though we see it as a distortion. But you just, what happened there is that you just validated their distortion here, that it's okay to do these type of dark things towards other people. Hopefully that makes sense. So when you believe them, your nervous system becomes the place their story resides. Your memory carries it. Your emotions regulate it. Your reactions stabilize it. You are no longer just listening, you are holding their mind together. This is why, again, they need you to connect. Or, yeah, this is why they need to connect to you, or they need you to connect to them. And most times when we connect with others, it's very genuine. But most times, from the experiences that we had, those interactions weren't genuine. They always had some form of a, we'll say, a darker intention or a negative intention for why they wanted to be connected towards the collective here. So here's the thing: when you stop believing, something never seen before in their life or in their point of view tends to happen. Their inner world is forced to return home. Their inner world, the darker parts of self, of their self, their inner world is forced to return home. And they're not built to contain the home that they left. Again, the anchor. They can't deal with all of the things that they think about and they want to act out and stuff. So they need someone to be connected to get that person that they're connected to, meaning you guys here, to do the work for them, or get other people to do the work for them. So when they're being forced to return back into the space of their own home, meaning of themselves here, they can't do it. And that's the collapse that no one sees. The price of not believing is not that they lose credibility. It is that their psyche collapses inward. Everything that they have been thinking about, and they're just doing everything possible to project it out or to get other people to reenact what they have done here. When you stop reenacting the thing that they keep thinking about, their mind crash, or their mind goes inwardly. It falls apart. A narcissist's lies are not meant to convince you. They're meant to distribute weight. Each person who believes carries a fragment of their shame, fear, and self-doubt. This is why they triangulate, smear, recruit, and repeat. They are spreading the load of a self they cannot carry alone. This is what's happening here. When you withdrew from their belief, you didn't reject the lie, or you don't reject the lie, you return the weight. So this is why some people, when you are in connections or in relationships, you may tend to pick up weight from the connection that you were in, or yeah, that makes sense. And as soon as you leave that person, as soon as you disconnect, now you're losing weight. And that's just one example, of course. But when you withdrew the belief, and remember, their belief was more so, it wasn't an agreement, it was permission. So once you stop giving them permission to reenact these things out onto you, and hear me out when I say that. So let me repeat it. Belief to them is not an agreement, it is permission. Okay? They needed permission from you, but in a, very unscrupulous way, for them to reenact how they feel about you and other people, but they want another person to do it, meaning you here. They want you, yan, ran, all these other things here. So because you're not giving it permission any longer, meaning that you're not entertaining the foolishness, permission just basically means it's just an outlet for something to continue or to move forward or to go. That's basically how I'm saying it here. And it needed that permission from you to continue to allow this to keep going or keep flowing in the way that they want, if that makes sense. And it did not happen because once you cut off their permission or cut off the energy from it here, everything that they once were projecting onto you, because again, this is how they're connecting to you. They're just dumping all of their filth or all of their trash onto you. That's all they keep doing. That's all they're doing. And the minute that she's like, oh no, this shoot is closed, and you cut off everything, now that trash is starting to pile up, the projections as to how they perceive other people to reenact how they truly feel about themselves. Well, now it's starting to be backed up. Now they have all this filth and trash around them that they don't know how to clean up. They don't know how to get rid of, or whatever the case may be. And over time, if you're in a space, well, specifically, they're in a space within themselves here that they can't take this weight of this pressure. So now everything is collapsing in. Does that make sense? So the price of not believing them is not that they lose credibility. It is that their psyche collapses inward. And that's what's happening here. So a narcissist's lies are not meant to convince you. They're meant to distribute weight. Each person who believes a part of their thing or their whatever, their point of view or the way they perceive the world, well, those individuals will start to carry fragments of their shame and their fear. So meaning you, things that normally wouldn't make you shame or fear when you were back in that space. You're kind of able to sit back now and recollect like, dang, I was shameful for that. Well, why would I be shameful for that? Because then you realize you weren't the one that was doing it. That makes sense. So the narcissist carries many different burdens of emotions within themselves here, and they're going to do everything possible to disseminate it or to spread it about to other people, more so like yourself here, for you to carry their shame, their fear, and their self-doubt. But when you realize that this wasn't yours, but you were gaining the weight or you were holding the baggage of something that didn't belong to you, you let it go. That's all you did. You let it go. And once you let it go, there was no more permission. There was no more flow. There was nothing that can be taken in an actionable way for it to continue to, slow you down or whatever the case may be. So that is why their reaction feels very disproportionate. Rage, obsession, stalking, rewriting history, sudden spiritual awakenings, sudden victimhood, sudden threats. It's not because you challenged them, you overloaded them with their BS. That's basically what you did. So let's go deeper. Disbelief does not register as logic to a narcissist. It registers as gravity. Here's why. Reality becomes heavier. Time slows down. Consequences start to stick. Words stop floating around. Their charm loses lift. Their narrative no longer levitates above cause and effect. And what's so funny, this card came up, sees no illusion. So they're seeing everything exactly how they need to see it. Exactly. In the correct way. To know that they can't play with you. They cannot. They can't play with you. Believe it or not, their belief keeps them buoyant or in a buoyancy type of way, like a float. But disbelief grounds them. So because you're not believing their belief, or you're not confirming their belief to be true, the disbelief is now starting to kick in, or now has taken place, or now is put in its rightful place where it needs to be, which is with that person. Now the disbelief is starting to set in, and you created that for them. You allow them, or you gave them permission to see the disbelief. Again, they were using your energy to anchor to you, to connect with you. And when you realize that you were the one that was supplying them with this false buffoonery of belief that they had, swore up and down, oh yeah, the collective is bad, and da 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 da, and you agreed, some of you guys agreed by arguing back and fighting back, and going in a spat of, oh, and you this, you that, you know what I mean? But when you realize, like, you don't have to do all that, and you were able to look at it from a different perspective, this is where you had the upper hand. Hopefully that makes sense. You've always had the upper hand, but you needed to see it in that way. And you weren't able to see it that way at that point in time, because it was like your permission, and here, just hear me out, the permission that you may have, again, unknowingly, you weren't aware at the time, but it was like you were giving parts of yourself to a person that didn't deserve it. And because of that, their energy was now starting to coagulate with yours, and you weren't able to see things in the way that you needed to see it. That's all. So belief keeps them staying afloat, while disbelief grounds them. You were the belief that they needed in order for this to continue to move forward in the way that they perceived it. But yet again, because you didn't believe the BS that they were saying, or you got hip to it, or you awakened to the thing that they were doing and saying, you realized what it was. Everything started to turn into a disbelief. You disapproved of it, because again, belief to them is not an agreement, it is permission. And they know for a fact that you would have never agreed to the belief that they had initially, if that makes sense, which is why they needed your permission in an unknowingly way. So that way they can continue to project or to live out this belief in front of everyone, but other people are doing it for them. I hope that makes sense. So this is why they try to punish disbelief. It's not to silence you, but to make you carry the weight again. That's really what it's about. They need you to feel guilty, confused, afraid, and reactive. Any reaction is an attempt to transfer back onto your nervous system, so that way you're holding, or you're carrying the weight of them again, projecting onto you here. So this is the collapse that no one sees. Someone is going through a big collapse right now, more so mentally and spiritually too. They're realizing the spiritual tactics, or the spiritual moves that they were trying to do here, whether it's speaking bad about you, speaking ill, projecting onto you. It could be a Bible verse. It could be candles, whatever. It could be a mind manipulative something, however resonates, okay? But whatever tactic or whatever thing that they thought they were using was working, it is not. So it's causing a big, huge issue or concern for other people around them, because other people are now seeing that this person is too erratic or too dodgy. They don't look the same. They don't feel the same. And everyone can feel that energy around this person. Yeah, and it's a big shock, because people always thought or assume that this person was very strong, like mind strong or headstrong. They always known this person to be quick on their feet or their toes, like very witty or very agile, but their agility wasn't more so truthful, was more so based on it was based on lies. It really were. It was based on a lot of lies. This is why a lot of people are shocked. Because they know this person to be a hard worker, but like, it's giving me like a hard work of other people's things, and time, and possession, and They worked really hard in stopping people's flow of life, or work really hard in trying to make sure that other people don't get ahead of them. Because if at any point in time you get ahead of them, everything blows apart. Everything blows away, because again, they needed you to be in a certain position or a certain stagnant position in order for the belief to be believed. That was the permission unknowingly that you were aware that you were giving to them. I hope that makes sense. I'm not saying physically, oh yeah, you can do that. That's not what I'm saying at all. I need to make that very clear. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying there's somewhere based on the reactions that they were expecting from you, the reaction that you did give to them, if that makes sense, was what made them confirm that what they were believing is true. So that is where the permission came in unknowingly, or you were unaware that it was happening in that way, if that makes sense. They worked really hard, like really hard at this. And I'm talking about years of this. Praying mantis is in reverse. That represents praying in a negative way. So they were praying on your downfall for a very, 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 very long time. And they were not expecting you to transform from what they were basically trying to hold you back or hold you down here. This is what they were trying to do. It's like they kept pulling on a string. They don't know where the string is going to lead, but they're putting all their belief into the distortion as to how they perceive the whole scenario and situation here. And the more they keep pulling on the string, we all know that if you pull on a string from one end, eventually you're going to get to the other end of things, meaning things are going to end. I guess this person thought or assumed that things would never end, so they kept pulling or pushing or going against the envelope or going above and beyond your boundaries here to prove a point that, because initially, again, unknowingly and unaware, you weren't aware at the time that the permission was given to them because of the reaction that you initially gave to them, because that's what they were hoping or praying on, literally and figuratively, in order for their belief to survive. This is why they were so anchored towards you. I hope that makes sense. This is why they keep trying to get you to rebuttal and to fight them, but they're looking for you to fight them from a physical point of view, and even spiritual too. Some of them are, but most try to get you to fight them from a physical point of view while they're trying to mentally do this. They're trying to believe or perceive you to see their way, if that makes sense. So when you argued or yelled or scream at them here, now they feel that their vision is true. Because they never were, no one before in their past time or past life or family or whatever here, they never, their people or their family never believed them. So they went against the agreement. You're not going to agree with how I see life, well then I can't this. This is how they felt, and this is how they acted out. But their perceptions were dark, or their point of view was dark. This is why a lot of the family members hid them or hid their wrongdoings. But the family members or dynamic is nothing but an enabler. Because look what happens when you enable a person, someone with bad characteristics or bad behavior. If that makes sense, it blows up. In whose face? Their face or yours? Whose face? Because things are blowing up really, really, really badly here that people are afraid. They don't know what to expect. I wonder why. Look what happens when a person can enable another person, knowing that that person may need some kind of assistance of help mentally specifically. And they just keep overriding, oh, they all right. Oh, they this, they that. They enabled everything. Now look at them. They scared of a little volcano. They're scared of things popping up and throwing up. They are? Interesting. But they went their whole life, or the majority of their life, praying on your downfall. Oh, they lived up to that. And why is that? Because you were the only one that did not agree with their belief. You were the only one that did not give permission for their belief to still grow or to survive. So you became their arch nemesis. And they felt like you had to pay with freedom in reverse. Yeah, that's funny. They thought, felt, and assumed that you had to pay. Could be a Leo. However it resonates. You could be the Leo. They could be the Leo. Somebody wants you to pay for not believing in their dark space or not giving permission for their dark space to continue to fill, if that makes sense. Look, entitlement. I basically just summed it up. They wanted you to be entitled to the way that they saw you. They wanted to be entitled to you in the way that they saw you. This can go for friend, foe, mom, brother, sister, uncle, cousin, spouse, ex-lover, child, mom, child, dad, whoever, however it resonates. Take it how it resonates. But they felt entitled to how they perceived you. And you didn't give them permission, or you cut that permission off. You cut it off. And they were never anticipating or expecting you to cut it off. It's like, how fucking dare you? How dare you cut off my belief? How dare you want to allow me to see you how I see you? What does that got to do with you? If another person want to see you in a way, what does that have to do with you? If that makes sense. Especially if they're looking at you from a negative point of view or a negative scope of things. Why the fuck do I want to be around somebody that sees me negatively? I don't want to be around that. Therefore, I don't care. We got desperate here. Yes, they're desperate to be entitled to how they want you to get them to perceive you. But again, they need you to be involved. No, that ain't gonna work. It just won't. So the desperation turns into rage, obsession, stalking, rewriting history. I mentioned what history is. History is the truth. That's where the truth resides. This is where you reminisce a lot about things that took place or transpired. And if you're able to sit down and you have bits and pieces of that, now you're creating a timeline. Ah, yes, I remember. No, that don't look right. No, that don't fit there. Now you're able, because of the fragments that they keep giving to you, and I'm going to keep saying it, narcissistic fools give you just that. They give you everything without you being aware over time. But they give it to you in fragments. This is why some individuals tend to be in connections for a very long time, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 plus years. Because there's always another piece of the puzzle that you may have missed. You weren't even aware that you were missing. And I'm not putting blame on you or anything like that. I need to make that clear. Okay, just giving an example. But because of the many fragmented pieces, which then now correlates to becoming the whole truth of it all here. Now you have all of the correct information to edify yourself. So that way you can put all of the fragmented pieces into the timeline, which makes it perfect. Now everything flows. Even with the things that they said and even the things that they did not say. It still was fragmented enough for you to receive that piece of the puzzle. So that way now you can put everything together. They don't know how to play this game. What fucking game are they playing is my question. And it's always going to be my question. They always think that they're putting other people in some kind of a game. But when you sit back and you look back, you be like, this was the fucking game you were trying to play with me? Like Hajo say yesterday, fee, fi, fo, fum. Like, for real, was this the game that they were really trying to play? And they don't even know how to play it well. Clearly, the price of not believing is not that they lose credibility. It is that their psyche collapses inward. Going back to, into my notes here. They outsource their psyche. When you believe them, your nervous system becomes the place their story resides. That's an anchor. That's a connection. Your memory carries it. Your emotions regulate it. Your reactions stabilize it. You are no longer just listening. You're holding their mind together. Why are you holding on to someone else's mind, if that makes sense? Why are you holding on to something that don't belong to you? Let it go. And when you let it go, they collapse. Oh, well, who freaking cares? Clearly they don't, so why should you? That's how the connection goes cold, or there's nothing there, numb. Disconnect from it. Do what you got to do, but disconnect from it. Don't give it any energy. Because again, this is you. This is them. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45 years. They left you. They keep coming back in or whatever, however here. But they still have some kind of hold on to you. And you're like, why this person won't get... Why I can't shake this person? Why this person keep fucking with me? You know what I mean? These are questions that you ask. There's a connection. But it's more so like a mental connection, or it could be a spiritual connection. Take it how it resonates. You have to disconnect from it. You have to pull it. Let it go. So the moment that you let it go, don't give it any energy, because that's the reason why they're sticking around, because you gave them some form of belief or permission with their belief that they were correct. They were not. That's why they won't leave you alone. They need another hit. They need another confirmation from you, if that makes sense. Cut it. Let it go. Then you're going to see them twirling. You're going to see them like a tumbleweed in the wind. This can go for anything, okay? Co-workers, family dynamics, friends, co-parenting, however it resonates. It can go for anything. Social conditioning. What is social conditioning from this point of view? Because this is exactly what they're trying to do towards you, to ensure that you never disconnect from them. Again, you never needed them. They needed you, and they always said that BS. Oh, you gonna need me before I need you. Okay, heifer. Whatever you say, heifer. Okay. Okay, little dog. Whatever you say. Yeah. Social conditioning from this point of view here represents them trying to socially put you in a position where it's just you and them. Because yet again, you were the only one that believed their distortion based on the reaction or whatever that you gave to them at the time. So now they're trying to create this socially in social connections, other social connections, trying to put you or pits you against other people. It just becomes all like a brawl out fight. A long drawn out fight is what it becomes, because they finally were able to get someone to believe their distortion how they actually see it. No, and that's very dangerous, because yet again their distortion wasn't filled with anything good or positive. It was filled with nothing but negativity and bad things, if that makes sense. Pull the plug. Pull them off. Pull it. Pull the plug. Pull it. Y'all gonna feel real light after you leave. Leave this live. You're gonna feel real light. Pull that plug, boo. You'll see how quickly they unravel. Reality check. Necessary ending, good vibes. So when they try to come back around you, or they try to stall out something, they're going to use a tactic to get you to react. Yeah, stop bothering me. Yeah, rah, 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 whatever thing that they use to try to get you aroused in a negative way. You don't give it anything. Oh, roar, roar, roar. And you looking at them like, roar, roar, roar. Now they're like Charizard from the Pokemon. Yeah, y'all remember Charizard, the big dragon that came from Charmander? Anywho, they turn into this big thing, big ball of fire. And expecting for you to be afraid because they're spitting fire at you. Okay, let them spit. Who cares? It's not affecting you. It's not going to touch you. And this is the hard reality check that they cannot handle. You got somebody flipping in their head, child, and I'm going to say it like how I need to say it. I ain't sugarcoating it for nobody. They tumbling like a tumbleweed in the middle of a desert storm in the middle of the day. That's what's going on here. You may not see it, but trust me, you're going to get strong confirmation. If you have to see them, if you cross paths, they don't look right. They don't look well. Trust me. First thing on a person's, when it comes to someone's mind, from my own research of things, I've noticed the first thing that goes is that person's weight. Either they gain a lot of weight or they pick up a lot of weight because of the guilt that is eating them alive. So they either eat away their problems or they lose a lot of weight where they're not eating at all. Again, that's from my own personal research of things. So you want to take that how that resonates. Yeah, that's the unspoken truth. Yeah, the unspoken truth is the changes that their body is going through that they keep thinking or feeling no one would see. That's the first place guilt shows up or starts to eat away at the person that's telling the lie. Let them keep on lying. Let them keep on. Love keep on. Oh man, you got anger here. The only person they're angry at is themselves because you saw through their distortion. You did. You saw through their distortion. This is why they're so angry, because the door is closed. Somebody's from Santa Ana or Santo Domingo. Or you could be learning Spanish, or you're making Mexican food, tamales. Or somebody went to Taco Bell, or you love Taco Bell. Take it how it resonates. Somebody just got to make coffee, or was it McCaffey? McDonald's coffee. Only thing that they're dependent on is the closed door that you definitely made sure that you closed. Yes, for the ones that did. You're going to see. Like I keep telling you guys, you're going to look younger. You're going to feel younger. You're just going to feel all the way around great about yourself, despite the circumstances of what took place. You're going to feel really good, really light as a feather about yourself. That means you're doing the work, or you're taking the initiative to do the healing work to ensure that you're never in a space, or an experience of this, like you're not in the space of an experience that you were before. That makes sense. Someone loves provolone on their pizza. Okay, we have insincere. Yeah, they were always insincere. They were very insincere towards you. This is how you were able to pick up the bad vibes. This is how. Again, belief to them is not an agreement. It is permission. Permission for their inner world, the way that they think, the way they perceive, the way they project, to live outside of their body. They need another person to confirm that it's okay to act like that, to act negative, to act ignorant, to act this, because, well, what you gonna do? This you. Well, you ain't gonna do nothing. Rah, rah, rah. You rah, rah, you yelling back, but that's the most you'll do. So they keep trying to push against the envelope or pushing against your boundaries to see how far they can go. And yeah, they finally hit that bone where they can no longer move forward here. But they're not realizing here that when you stop believing them, their inner world is forced to return home. They've been living outside themselves for a very long time, yelling and screaming and anger, yah, 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 with all that other BS stuff here. Now they're being forced to go back internally within. They don't know how to do that. They left that to live a different type of distortion or perception of life through you. This is how they were able to survive. I hope that makes sense. This is how they were able to keep their lives afloat through the distortion, but using their distortion on others like you. And that's the truth. You got to know the truth, boo. That's the truth of it. So that way you ain't got to do this shit ever again. They can't even stand their own bad vibes, which is why they have to keep connecting or being closer to someone else. They can't even be close to themselves. They know they're the bad vibe. They know that what they're doing is wrong. Again, because they were very intentional with what they were doing. And in this instance, the connection that they wanted with you, it was very intentional. We'll put it this way. You have a plug and you about to add a plug into the socket. That's an intentional push. If that makes sense, if you put it together, there's a connection. Hopefully that makes sense. But if you pull it apart, there's no connection. And for that connection to connect, it has to be inserted. If that makes sense. So they were trying to insert themselves onto you or to connect onto you to take from you. That's what they were doing. Yes, red flag. It's a huge red flag. A big one. This is ridiculous. "24 hours in a day, and this is what this ragamuffin of a FUCK is doing." That's what they're doing. Oh, they didn't know. They knew. They knew what the hell they were doing. They always do. Always a lack of accountability. Always. Always got to try to push on another person. Well, if you would have just let me. Well, if you would have. And if I would have. Come on, man. That's lack of accountability. They can't even be themselves. So how are they going to hold accountability for themselves? They can't even be themselves. And the moment that they're pushed back into being themselves, they don't even want to stay there. They don't even want to stay there. So why should you be intermingling this foolishness, this foolish filth of things? Why? Someone that holds or don't have any accountability or lack it, they're very distasteful. Dare I said it? They're very degrading and very distasteful. Because that's what you receive at the end any damn ways. And I know they can't handle that. Very degrading and very distasteful is what they are. especially when they are truthfully, intentionally with this BS. Well, their lies can't be covered up no more. Good. To hell with them. Hell is where they came from. Hell is where they return. Oh, well, who cares? Who freaking cares? Yeah, because you stepped away from all that BS. You had every right to. And don't allow anyone to make you feel any type of way because you had to step away from a situation that you saw was huge red flags. Bad advice was in reverse, which tells me that you're not listening to other people. You're just doing what you need to do for self, which is, yes, 100% the right thing to do. Absolutely. Some people are holding grudges against you because you knew when to pull away, but they didn't know when to pull away. So there are other people that have experienced this with this person, whoever you're dealing with at the time or now. So take it how it resonates. You may not be directly dealing with them, but still indirectly. There might still be a connection. It could be kids or a child. That's one way. It could be a divorce that they don't want you to have, you know. It could be there's some form of a connection that still connects you to them. So take that how that resonates. It could be an inheritance. It could be a house, you know. But there's still something that they're trying to hold on to you so that way you don't receive it, okay? And this is where the grudge is coming in. They're holding this grudge against you here because, again, you're no longer keeping their distortion of life afloat. You're like, fuck this. Someone's eating Auntie Anne pretzels or salted pretzels, like those type of soft pretzels. But we have self-doubt here. And this is why they're now having a lot of self-doubt, because everything is crashing from within. They've been living their best life outside of selves, attached or connected to individuals like yourself. Through your money, through your time, through your essence, through your energy, through everything. Cut it. Cut them off. Cut them off. At the source, at the origin, at the core. So it won't affect you. False person. Yep. Cut them off. We got message of concern. Good morning, hey boo. Good morning. Message of concern. Oh, the collective sees me. Yeah, Heifer, we see you. We see you, Heifer, little dog. We see you. Yep. That's a big message of concern. I'm caught. Well, she never did it. I promise you, life is truly simple if you allow it to be, you know? You don't want to get in trouble for something, stay out the way, literally. They didn't want to do that. They kept trying to push the envelope. Okay, push it. Keep pushing. Push it. And look what happened when they pushed it. Their pathway became closed. They kept pushing against the exit. You were the exit. You were. Does that make sense? You were their exit in many ways, through your money, through your time, through your good deeds, through your patience, through your performance, through everything. When I say performance, like, for instance, it could be cooking and cleaning or helping this person out or getting them to and fro from work, some kind of something. You were their exit. They didn't realize that. They kept wedging and pushing things to obstruct, to ensure that no one can get to you. They kept pushing you away, but they kept pushing against the exit. Eventually, the exit's going to jam, not so? Okay, so pathways in reverse. Pathways in reverse. Their journey is in reverse. Now they in despair for what reason though? That's my question. What they in despair for? For what reason? Make it make sense. Baby. It could be a mature woman, however it resonates. A mother figure, an aunt, a older sister, grandmother, co-worker, a friend, an older friend, however it resonates. An aunt, great aunt, however it resonates. Yeah, adjudication. You have nothing to worry about. Don't worry about anything. Everything gonna work in your favor. I keep saying it, and it keeps popping up, and you about to get paid. However it resonates for you. Everybody's story gonna be different. Yeah, boo. Don't worry about it. I'm telling you. You gonna be good. You gonna be good. They not gonna be good. You gonna be good, but they're not. And hey, it is what it is. Hey. Oh, that's dark. I don't give a flying fart. I promise you I don't. I don't give a damn. I don't care. They were warned. I've been on here for 2-3 years. They were warned. Leave it alone. Go away. No, 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 no. Okay. That's my answer moving forward. Okay. Whatever you say. I ain't arguing, fighting with nobody. Okay. The changes that you've been asking for, the changes that you implemented in yourself, your time, your life. Yeah. And everybody gonna see it. Oh, well. Hey. You got it. That's right, Misha. You got it. You're not in bad health. This is what they're hiding. Family room is in reverse. The family room is where all the secrets are. So they think. So they think. I know they hate to see me come in. I swear, I know. I know they hate to see my ass come in. Because I'm like, what's that? Why they look like that? Yeah, I'm like Sherlock Holmes. Shit. Anywho, bad health, but family room is in reverse. Family room is where all the shame and the gossip goes down, specifically gossip. It is in reverse. That tells me they don't want you to know that someone is not doing well. They're not. I'm telling you. I stamp that strongly. The ringleader of this BS is not doing well. 31. That's tomorrow. All right, I'm not going to go that deep. Tomorrow's the last day of the year. Marriage is in reverse. It doesn't have to be an actual marriage. It could be the marriage between you and that person energetically. That's also another point of view. But imprisonment is in reverse. So you're no longer married to this idea of this person's deception or distortion surrounding you. You're no longer married to the idea that things won't look up for you or won't be positive for you. If that makes sense. You no longer are married to the idea of not being aware as to what was going on around you. So you're not imprisoned. You're not mentally encapsulated in yourself. You see things for how you need to see it exactly. And because of the 31st, someone may pass tomorrow, 31. Someone may pass tomorrow. Someone pass on the 31st. Or it's like because you're no longer in a mental space of a fog. It's like they're getting the bad health. It's like the fog that they projected onto you came from them because all they had was distortion, and distortion is that. It's foggy. It's illusions. And it was like you were able to break free or to more so blow that we'll just say that wind back to them here. And now they're stuck in their head in this big fog here because they have a lot of questions. How did you do this? How do you know this? Where'd you get this information from? I thought I had my key players in front. You know, like they thought of everything. They thought that they had this whole thing down pat, and they never did. Yeah, this is the end of a courtship. Again, it don't have to be a love courtship. Again, it could be between co-workers or a past friend, an ex-spouse, an ex-lover, a family dynamic, a family member, however it resonates, okay? But it's the end. There's no connection. There's no relationship, because that's what a courtship is. When two people come together, it's supposedly a relationship or a connection. But since it's in reverse, there's none. There's no relationship. There's no connection with that person, if that makes sense. There's no courtship. Yeah, this person is a thief. I just saw it. It'll come back out. But it said thief. Could be a main male, however it resonates. However it resonates. We have a message is coming, or a message is here, or this is the message here. Over a child. Take that how that resonates. It's not for everybody. What's the message? Let's say main female. So take it how it resonates. Sudden wealth. Official person. You are the official person if you're the main woman in this story, or is going through this. You could be a male too. I'm just going by what the cards say. Okay, I don't want men to think, oh, you excluded me. No, boo. I'm just going by what the cards say. Yeah, okay. So it could be for man or woman, whoever's in the story. Connection surrounding a child, custody, court. Okay. Yeah, they'll be reunited with you. Yeah, you are the high honor person. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Yeah, karma. Yeah, career success. You're going to move up in your career. Ooh. All right, there might be some inappropriate touching that's happening. That's going to be brought up. Childhood trauma. Good news. You're going to get good news about that. Or, what is good news? Well, it says, okay. Good news is that they can no longer use you, but this is a big legal win for you. Okay? A big legal win for you here surrounding a child case. I'll put that like that. Goodness gracious. Eviction and illegal activity. So the devil in disguise that wanted to like control your life, they're being evicted from a home, evicted from, shoot, it could even be from court. They're not going to win in court if this is what they're expecting. They're not. This is why they stall, to buy more time. And they don't have any more time. You were the time that they needed and wanted. And because you ran down the clock of the time, you created boundaries. They no longer have any more time. So literally, figuratively, spiritually speaking, they're looking for more time to get themselves together, but they can't. This is why they're changing in appearance, if that makes sense. They're trying to rush through the process. They don't have any patience. They don't know how to just chill. They're always going. And this is exactly how this person is going. They're going. It's freaking them out too. Oh yeah, big time. Abusive is here. They could have been abusive spiritually, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, financially. They have a lot of self-doubt. They were fake rich. That was the agenda. And you were able to plow through their agenda. You knew what they wanted. They just wanted money from you. However, they were trying to get money. They didn't care how they were going to get it as long as they were getting it. And they were very impulsive with it too. When it got time to get paid from you, however way that resonates, they were willing to go above and beyond to ensure that they get paid for you, or get paid for you, or get paid from you. Get paid for you. What is that? What the hell is that? Get paid for you? Work, husband, wife, hiding something. What the hell? paid for you? What is that? What is that? What the hell is that? Wooded areas, power supply. What's the next one on top? The beach. I'm getting a few scenarios. Somebody buried something in the woods. Somebody buried something in the woods here. Near a beach. Then we have power supply. It could be spiritual work. It's a grandparent. Let me dive deep in this. A grandparent is hiding something. Okay. A grandparent, husband, so a married couple here is hiding something or burying something. Hear me out. Wooded area and beach. And we have legal proceedings, cover up, homicide. I can't show the homicide, but homicide came up. Cover up, legal proceedings, but imprisonment is the outcome of this. There was some, because I can't, neck play. Somebody was, if that makes sense, I can't say that word. Hopefully you catch my drift. Somebody's throat was compromised, if that makes sense. A marriage, a wedding, missing. Yes, but they... Strong fire sign. Strong fire sign. With abuse, neglect is here. Perversion is also here. Strong, low vibrational fire sign. Travel, organized crime. I strongly feel like this is something from the past. I don't feel it now. I don't feel it now. I feel a strong past. Yeah, look, intuition. I don't feel this is now. Sarah, that's exactly what it is. I just can't say that word. I strongly feel this is past. Oh my God, what the fuck? Oh my God. Oh, y'all, excuse me. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is this? Oh my God, my poor heart. What is this? Oh my God. Oh my God. That's what it says. A child that's hidden. A child that went missing. I want to dive deeper. Let me see. I need to dive deeper into this. What is this? missing child in a wooded area, beach area, social media, affair, a female, egotism. Strong Leo, had an affair with somebody. Okay, so this is what I'm picking up. We have female here, okay? And the female was with somebody. Either the female is the fire sign or Leo. So just say strong fire sign. There was an affair that happened here. It was something with a child. The ego got in the way. Yep. So we have devil in reverse. So the female may not come off as a devilish person, but there's an affair here on social media, or an affair was posted on social media here. Then we have pre-transition. If you catch my drift, the letter S, the word, if you catch my drift, I can't show this card on here, but pre-transition is out with life insurance and assassinate. So I only can show certain type of cards on here. I can't show everything. I'll show you the assassination so you can see. So you don't think I'm like, oh no, she's not here. This is weird. Somebody hit a child in a beach or a wooded area. It was due to an affair. Tunnel. It was due to an affair. It was due to an affair of a child? Wait. Marriage, wedding. Someone didn't want to get married, or there was a marriage involved, where there's a child within a marriage. Strong fire sign. A lot of lies started to come along. This was a homicide. It was a homicide pre-transition, if that makes sense. It was all for money. A male was involved too. Yeah, it's a man-made disaster. Oh, goodness gracious. What the hell did I stumble upon, child? I ain't cutting it. Party? Let me go back to my petty deck. Tell me more about this homicide fire sign. Homicide fire sign. Tell me about the homicide fire sign. Homicide fire sign. Homeless. So the fire sign that did this is dangerous. Did it because they're homeless, or they became homeless? Something with money. They love money, and this is why they did it. What else? Trust the process. Hitting children. Yeah, it's a child. It's a child. Stuck, confused, joy. This gonna make you sick to your stomach. There was a lot of addictions involved. What's this? Stuck energy is in reverse. They did something to a child. It's too much evidence supporting it. Way too much. The way it was coming out like that. Stressed out, sneaky, toxic. Homicide, fire was sneaky, stressed out, and toxic. Is this a man or a woman? Judgment, Four of Swords. Judgment is Libra. Four of Swords, air sign. Judgment has been made or called upon. Power supply. Well, Libra is a feminine energy because of the scales. The lady that holds the scales it's a woman. But we got a double justice here. Both air sign. Air sign could be included. Air sign woman. We have the Tower. I'm getting a strong pull from the past. Yes. Six of Cups. In the past. Something they can't let go. I strongly feel I'm tapping into someone's like mother's energy. Like not you, but like an older elder mother. This is... Jesus Christ. I feel like I'm tapping into an older woman that done this in the past and it's coming up. That's what's happening. This is not you, collective. Y'all gotta excuse me. Yeah, this is not you, collective. This is an older woman with she did in the past. Yep. Seems like the man didn't want the child. She was very upset about that. There was some form of an affair, but social media is involved. So it could be an old time case because somebody went missing or is considered missing. But I kept asking, is it now or is this like past? And I was told past, and I said, how far of a past? Like a past, not like a 10-year past. No, like past, like a generation before, like that type of past. We have betrayal in the Four of Wands in reverse. So it's like a mother figure, not you, but a mother figure, older mother figure. This is what they have done in the past. No one knows about this. Well, I mean, shit. I just put it out here. Shit. Strong Libra, strong fire sign. Strong air. Ten of Swords. So this is like someone's truth being, yeah, look, the Empress is in reverse. It was an older mother. Older mother did this. A child that went missing. They traveled. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. Ace of Swords. And anytime anyone talks about it, they completely change the subject. So it could be like a sibling or like a cousin. Or maybe the sibling was a cousin. Maybe the sibling really wasn't your, maybe the cousin really wasn't your cousin, but turned out to be a sibling. And may have considered them to be a cousin, but they really weren't. They were actual sibling. That's what I'm picking up. It's very ironic that the title is the collapse no one sees. And I saw that clear as day. Yeah, look, Magician. Magician represents no more illusions. Disillusioned. You're seeing the truth, the Ace of Swords. So it's basically saying that an old case that may have been buried or, yeah, it's being discovered. It's being discovered, and everything is going to make sense. With the Eight of Wands, a lot of communication, fast communication is coming in. You will understand why this play out the way that it play out, specifically surrounding you here. Kind of seems like, I feel like you're like the last of the bunch, the last of the family, something like that. You're not like the rest of the family. You're different. And you're the last one standing, or the last one alive in the family, something like that. That's the truth, because this is a pregnancy. This is family. This is family. A mother grows a child in her womb, birth, and multiple creates a family. So this is a family setting. This is what they did not want you to know. Yeah, star. See? The star. They didn't want you to know. Or you are the star. Or you can connect the stars, connect the dots. Because when you see stars, you can kind of connect them and you get like a, a bigger vision of it. So you are the star in this, or you could be the Aquarius. Or they could be the Aquarius. But you're going to bring this home. But it's not new, if that makes sense. It's an old case that just went, it stopped. It didn't go further because there was no more information or evidence. Wow, what a turn on this read. I was not expecting that, but hey, it happens. Yeah, Five of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. Seems like mother figure had a baby, got, let's just say terminated, but terminated it in a very gruesome way, let's put it that way. And that's being brought up. Because if not, they would have been in poverty. Strong fire, strong air. We got the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. Strong fire. It's about sex because the Wands represents sex. This is about sex and affair, something like that. The only one. Yeah, this is getting deeper. We have the Death card and the Nine of Wands in reverse here. Yeah, this is from the past. That's what death is. Death is of the past as well. So something that was put to rest is now being brought up again. That's what's happening here. That's what's happening. Yep. You're going to find out about it. This is going to even make social media. It was something about an affair. It could be your mom or a mother figure. It could be a sibling as well. Yeah, we got fate and healing. It's a mother figure. Subconscious, you're going to figure it out here. So basically, yeah, someone's going to jail for what they've done. Yep, it's being brought up, dug up, something. Strong air or fire. Let them eat cake. Soft power, influence without force. They don't like that you have a soft power to you. It's not aggressive. It's not oppressive. That we have breakdown. Yeah, somebody in the family dynamic here. It could be a strong sister. It could be an aunt, a grandmother, a mother figure. Strong family ties. Or something happened within the family and they're hiding it, surrounding, you know, because of an affair. The mother, the sibling, the aunt, whoever resonates, didn't approve of the affair not being known or people being aware that they were there. And I feel like that person didn't want them to know that they were there because it wouldn't look right. So basically, I just summed this up in a nutshell with everything that I stated earlier. It just kind of brings it in full circle because it's now is like a real life scenario that's playing out after describing exactly how I described it earlier. Yes, this is what it is. Like a family member is with a spouse, an ex-spouse, a friend, however resonates, was with a sibling or family member here. And this is what happened. And they're hiding it. It's not you though. You were strange. It's not you or your, not you, it's not you or yours. There was like a secretive baby here. It was a family secret. The family secret was this baby. Baby, that's real talk. Hey. It says intergenerational conflict. Fight over values, inheritance, or identity. Battle between past and future. Fear of becoming irrelevant or unseen. Intergenerational conflict? Yeah. There was like a sibling hooked up with a lover, a sibling hooked up with a close friend, a mother hooked up with a lover, something like that. Something like that. Something like that, child. Something like that. Something like that. Look, it say truth or dare. We don't play dare. We play truth. Yeah, we don't play no dare over here. Truth. Yeah, you gonna hear about it. Due to an affair. Golden child is here. The golden child is here. Favorite one in the family, idolized by parents, seen as the perfect child, placed on the pedestal and expected to fulfill. So the golden child would be, so it could be a sibling, as I mentioned. The parent or parents will hype up that person or that sibling, if it is a sibling, take it how it resonates. But if it is, they're always seen as the one that can never do any wrong. It could be that person. They have a child. And because the affair wasn't open or public, because they wanted it to be public for a reason, to hurt you. Going back to the notes here, everything makes sense. When you stop believing something, something never seen before happens, their inner world is forced to return home. So their delusion space or state has now turned into reality here. Again, belief to them is not agreement, it is permission. They needed your permission to react in a certain way in order for them to believe their distortion, if that makes sense. Since you weren't believing their distortion, you see it for what it was. Yeah, this person tried to do some kind of revenge on you, but it failed tremendously. Like really, they really fumbled. They really tried. They really tried to get something underneath your skin, and it didn't work. Chronic complainer. Yeah, this sibling always complained about you. Always. They wanted everything that you had. Even the person. This is weird. Even the person you were with, bad taste in mouth. Yeah. Bad taste in mouth. So it seems like there's a secret child, or a child that they try to keep secret, is not secret, and that's all because of the affair not being able to be flexed or shown in public. So it was like a payback. Very gruesome. These people are just weird. Yeah, bad review. You're not gonna put our display. You're not gonna put our love on display. You're not gonna put me out there on social media. This is all about social media. And they're not taking care of the child. Oh my God, what the fuck is this? Oh my God. Look, I promise you I'm not making it up. Look what it says. I can't put the words, but if you, all the whole letters, if you can see it, right? Hopefully you can see the words. It was a throuple. Yeah. You weren't aware that a sibling was seeing a loved one, or a mother figure was seeing, or a father figure was seeing like a lover. You weren't aware. If you were, this is what was happening. Just take it how it resonates. But a child was born from this. That was done on purpose. When you realize, see, old school is, oh my God, come on, spirit, talk to me. Look, in-law conflicts. There were some in-law mother-in-law, father-in-law, whatever, however here. So let's say that you were married and your spouse would be connected to your mom or dad. This is just an example, which will be their mother-in-law, father-in-law, or vice versa. Take it like that. That's the in-law. The in-law had conflict with that lover or the spouse that you were with. And they more so entice them from an old school point of thing or way. Hey, don't talk to the collective. Stay away from the collective. Why are you with the collective? You don't think you'd be better with our other child or our other whatever, or however it played out? Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should. And this is when you started to you started to go back a bit. They started to go back a bit here. But the old school here, because back in the day, they thought that cheating was okay. They thought that manipulation was okay. This is a toxic family dynamic that you were under. And they thought those type of old ways of doing things it was okay. So the spouse or lover that you're with or with at the time had a throuple, and you were unaware that you were in a throuple. You weren't aware until you were aware. And when you were aware, you let go. But I don't think you fully were aware just how deep it got. Yes, you knew this person put you in throuples or in another three-party thing. But at the time, maybe you weren't aware of a family member being involved. But a family member is strongly involved here. A family member gave birth to a secret, quiet child. And this is what they did because of the affair not being shown or being seen on social media. Jolene, someone is trying to take your mate, begging them to leave your partner alone. Desperation, unworthy attention. That's what happened. That's what happened. I've heard the song, like bits and pieces of the song Jolene, but I've never actually heard the entire song or read the lyrics. I don't know the song, but I've heard of it. So this person came off as a Jolene. 185. All right, let's break those numbers down. So to be it'll be 5. 5 is May. Or your sibling always taking things from you. Something about the number 5. You could have been in a 5th relationship. Maybe you've learned or understood by the 5th relationship to keep your lover away from your sibling or a mother figure. It's a woman. Strong woman. Side hustle. Yeah. Quantity versus quality. Jolene's another word for Jezebel. Oh, okay. Okay. Good to know. Thank you. An afterthought. Yeah, this is sibling that even trying to look like you. May went under surgery. What the hell? Yeah, this is getting real dark and messy. Like, super messy. Your family is in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. It's like because they're hiding this golden child's secret. And this could have been a thing in the past for a long time. But it has nothing to do with you. You're just going to learn about it. Yeah, you're going to learn about it. Especially if you know that this sibling had a child with someone you were with. This is who I'm speaking about. You're going to hear about it. You're like, what the all because the sibling could not handle the no. Could not handle the belief. Remember, they had a distorted belief. And because their belief wasn't in agreement with another person, that person did that. Notifications, yeah. Watch. That's some crazy shit. Minimum wage. There's a sibling here that hates like a poor life. They like the fancy stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But the way that they try to get the fancy stuff is just like they don't care who they run over or do what they need to do just to get that. So you'll hear about this. But this was all because an affair wasn't posted on social media. They're wanting it to. And it didn't work that way. So they try to come towards you to fight, argue with you because that person really still like you, love you, whatever, obsessed with you. And you don't want nothing to do with that person. And that's what that sibling did to get the attention of the person that they wanted the attention to. This is some sick stuff and the family knows about it and keeping it quiet. Yeah. I'm getting out this energy. We got Sagittarius. Cancer. Let me get out this goddamn energy. Scorpio. Sag. Capricorn. Leo. Strong Leo. Taurus. Libra. Well, if that resonates, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your support. You are truly appreciated. Go out there and be freaking great because that's what you came here to do. Love you guys. Thank you. Talk to y'all soon. See you later.